Wow. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening to the people who are watching from the different part of the world. This is Jane Martina, PMP from Amir Ali's team. I'm the lead coach. So without much further delay, let's begin our today's session. So the objective of today's session is we will be solving 5 questions. We'll be learning and applying the 7-step formula to identify the keywords and we'll be solving the questions. For those who are watching the live, can if you're able to listen to my voice without any disruptions, or if you find any difficulties, please put in the comment box. Thank you. So we will be moving on to a session now. So the first question of today's session. You are the Scrum Master of a startup. Your team has calculated estimated velocity for current sprint to be 56 story point, but the product owner is insistent that it must be 70 story point. You try to facilitate the meeting to reach agreement, but you could not reach any agreement. Now you must take side as Scrum Master. Whose side you will take? A. Product owner has his decision in story points should consider final. B. Take side for team members as they are responsible for effort and velocity of the team. C. He never takes sides in such scenario. D. He must escalate it to sponsor. So your timer starts now. So when you are putting the answer from the question number and then answer for this. Okay. So let's decode the question. Let's see the question. So here, this question is first identified as an agile project question. Okay. The first step is like identify the project cycle. Okay. And now we are going to read the last line of the question. Now you must take side as Scrum Master, whose sides you will take. So it is very clear that you have to position this question under the agile. Okay. Then third is you need to identify the keywords or the exact problem. So here the problem is about estimating the velocity of the team, of how much of work they can do. So yes, that is done. And if you know that in agile, the team velocity is determined by the team who's actually doing the work. Okay, so when you go to the options, product owner option is not right. You have to eliminate it because the team has to decide the velocity and they will be working according to the velocity. So option A is eliminated. Option B, take side for team members as they are responsible for effort and velocity of the team. Yes, this stands right. We need to eliminate C and D as well. He never takes side in such scenario. No, as a scrum master or an agile leader, he should be supporting and standing for the team in most of the agile scenarios. Okay. Option D, you escalate, we will not escalate as a project manager. So that option is eliminated. So option B is the right answer. So moving on to the next option. So the next question. You are the project manager. Your team has done their best to complete all user stories. When they showed it to the customer, 3 user stories have been rejected. In which document you will document the accepted user stories? So option A is sprint backlog, option B product backlog, option C product increment, option D project management plan. Your timer starts now. So when you are putting in the comment section, just put in the question, number, and then the answer for it. All right. So let's again use our 7-step formula. So the first thing is like this is question falls against under the agile project life cycle. So when you are saying like it is agile and they are asking about where the accepted user stories will be documented or which document it will go into. Okay, so this seems to be like a direct question. Let's get into the elimination technique. Sprint backlog. Sprint backlog is the backlog which you decide the user stories for that particular sprint. Here they are reviewing the sprint backlog or the user stories that has been completed. So once accepted user stories will not go to the sprint backlog. Product backlog, no, once the user stories are accepted, it won't go to the product backlog. Instead, if those rejected user stories will be redefined, refined, and then it will be added to the product backlog again. So no, that is not the option. C, product increment. Yes, it is the right answer. It is a direct answer. All your accepted user stories will go into the product increment. Option D, project management plan is not at all an option here. You can eliminate it. So yes, we are moving on to the next question. You are the project manager of a large military project. Okay, this is like risk identification. So you have identified all the risk in current project. You have made a plan for them. When risk occurred, they were according to the agreed plan. But suddenly another risk occurred that was not identified before. Which document you will update? Risk register, issue log, risk management plan, risk report. Okay, coming back to the question. So here the question says they have made a plan. So that means this falls under the predictive life cycle. Okay, and then which document you will update. So they are asking about which document they will update for this particular scenario. Then identifying the keyword. If you read, suddenly another risk occurred that was not identified before. So this is the keyword here. So if you know, if you have identified a risk and if you had made plans for it, that will be part of a risk register. So when that plan has been accepted and agreed plan, it was not implemented. What happened is another risk occurred that was not identified before. So any unidentified uncertain event or risk is always a issue when it is happening suddenly, right? So this is understanding of risk and issues. So let's go to the options. Risk register. It might not be immediately updated in the risk register. So that is not the right option. Issue log. Yes, because unidentified risk, when it happens, it becomes issue. So it will be moving into the issue log. We will never update a risk in a risk management plan. The risk management plan is to let you know how you have to manage the risk or audit whether whatever the agreed upon the risk plans are done for that particular project or not. So no, that is not an option. Risk report will be a consolidated report where it will tell you what are all the risk happened, what are all the risk plans or the risk mitigation that was executed, and then how good the execution was, whether it is effective or it led into another issues or secondary risk or something like that. So the risk and who was the in charge for that particular risk management, like who was the manager for that risk. So it will have information about that, like how much of risk was realized. So when after discussing this, when an unidentified risk occurred, it is becoming a issue. So it goes into the issue log, right? So we will be moving on to the next question. Same. You are a project manager of a large military project. You have identified all the risks in the current project. You have made a plan for them. When risk occurred, they were according to the agreed plans. But suddenly another risk is identified. It was not identified before. You made a plan for it. Which document you will update? Okay. Risk register, issue log, risk management plan, risk report. So the same question, but here there is a keyword added here, so that makes the option different. So let's see if you are able to identify it, just put it in the comment section. We will see. Okay, so the same scenario here, just one keyword has made a different here. You made a plan for it after the risk has after the unidentified risk occurred. right? Just give me a minute. You made a plan for it. So here it doesn't say the unidentified risk is an issue and you made a plan for it. That means it has already gone into the issue log and you are identified how you are going to manage it. So that means like the risk has been identified and you have planned for it. Then it will be option A. So here, as we has eliminated option C and D earlier, we will be going on with the option A. And it is not issue locked this time because you made a plan for it. Moving on to the next question, which is the last question of this session. You are the project manager of large military project. You have identified all the risk in current project. You have made plan for them. When risk occurred, they were according to agreed plan. But suddenly another risk is identified. It was not identified before. You made plan for and handled it now. You want to audit whether process was followed or not. Which document will help you in this? So yeah, this statement again makes a difference. Risk register, issue log, risk management plan, risk report. Okay, sorry. Yeah. So this one line has made a difference. You want to audit whether process was followed or not. So that clearly states, as I discussed in the 48th question about where we will use each of the documents. Here the option lies with the risk management plan because the keyword is you want to audit whether the process was followed or not. Okay. So with this, we have come to the end of today's session. Hope you understood the difference between the agile, how to identify the agile project questions and predictive questions. And when it comes to risk, where you will be updating the risk register at the first place, where you will be updating the issue log at the first place, and where you will be using the risk management plan and how you will represent the risk using the risk report. So we have got a brief understanding idea about this. Okay, thank you. Bye bye. We will be meeting on next Monday, same time for this session. Thank you.
I would have not been able to clear the exam if Amir Ali would have not been there. I would have not been.
I did not believe that I will be able to clear my PMP within a month.
I don't know what to say actually. Like I'm kind of like really
And I
trembling.
got my results and I was above target in all three categories.
Wow.